വളരെ ബിസിയായ തെരുവിലാണ് ഞാൻ നിൽക്കുന്നത്. എൻ്റെ കൂടെയുള്ള ഈ ഹെബ് ബൈക്കേഴ്സിലൂടെ ഞാൻ കാണാൻ പോകുന്ന ആളാരെന്നറിയാലോ? നിങ്ങളുടെയും എൻ്റെയും എല്ലാവരുടെയും സ്വന്തം ജോൺ എബ്രഹാം.
मेरे रूल्स कोई नहीं तोड़ सकता, मैं भी नहीं.
सुबह होने ना दे, साथ होने ना दे, एक दूसरे को हम सोने ना दे. मैं तेरा हीरो, हाँ हीरो, हाँ हीरो, मैं तेरा हीरो.
Welcome once again for the Onam time.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. Thanks so much for your time. I know you were extremely busy. Not a minute to spare, Meenakshi says. I think I met you 3 years back in the same place in Greenacre under the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. A different look with a beard, now looking anyway nice.
Yeah. That's
What's happened in these last 3 years?
Yeah, I think I've been trying to grow the production house, and a lot of people ask, what is John Abraham up to? And I only say I'm trying to create content. So I've got an entirely new team that has joined me in terms of development of films, and on the production side, I am also venturing into producing Malayalam films and some other regional cinema from here, Marathi films, as well as Gujarati films.
Right.
So we're looking at a lot more than just Hindi feature films, and that's what's been taking my time over the last 3 years, besides the fact that I have a football team.
Exactly. Yeah. That's what, like, so many things happening. I hope you should have 1,000 hands at the same time, right? Talking about your films, I think when I met last time, you were with Madras Cafe and had problems in Tamil Nadu for the release and everything, and then it went off. It had fabulous response. Shrujit Sarkar's film was extremely good. I saw it myself. Yeah. And after that, when you talk about this content marketing, what kind of films are you looking at it?
So I'm looking at films like Madras Cafe, like Vicky Donor. I'm researching on content that's very true to life, real life. Like they say, fact is stranger than fiction.
Exactly.
But I'm also looking at very human content, and I think Malayalam cinema has a lot to offer on that front.
So what kind of Malayalam films are you looking at? Like,
so I have
anything in mind?
Yes, I have a friend in the south. His name is Edgar. He owns a beautiful hotel there in Fort Kochi called Old Harbour.
Okay.
So I call him Eddie because we've grown to be very close friends, and so Eddie and me are planning to do a lot of stuff. So he's helping me source a lot of scripts from the south and from Malayalam. And like we were discussing, Rekha, the audience has changed today.
Right.
I'm looking at younger actors, newer actors. I'm looking at targeting a younger audience in Malayalam cinema. And Malayalam cinema is really high on content.
Right.
Really high on content. When you talk about good cinema, we borrow from Malayalam cinema.
Exactly.
So, when I have my roots there, in fact, one recent script that Eddie sent down, I made my father read it.
Oh, really? Yeah, I was about to ask you, who reads script for you?
Yeah, so my dad read it because it was in Malayalam. And so my dad read it, and I said, Dad, what do you think about it? He's saying, no, I have these points and those points and all that. So I said, Dad, but in films we take some amount of creative liberty. He's like, no, but this can't happen this way. So he's a little strict on that front, but it always helps having a bouncing board. And so that's my focus point now.
So when you looking at doing a Malayalam film, have you been seeing Malayalam films?
So I have been seeing whatever little I could with Edgar, but again, to be very honest with you, what we do is Premam, for example, or films like that. Or there's another film that Prithvi had done.
Inda Mohitin?
Yes. So the thing is, I see a little of each just to understand style, filmmaking, pace.
Right.
And then I get a synopsis of the story, and then I take it from there, and then I decide what I want to do. In fact, there are a lot of films that are in Malayalam, which I want to make in Malayalam and then make it in Marathi.
Correct.
And make it in Gujarati.
Yeah. So talk about Force 2. That is Namra Surya Kaka first in Hindi version.
Exactly.
Force.
Yeah.
And Force 2. Surya has not made a Kaka 2. So what is Force 2?
So Force 2 is inspired by a true story. It's true stories. It's about, just to give you an idea, when when a soldier dies, you call him a hero.
Hero.
But when an agent dies,
Nobody knows.
you call him a traitor.
Right, correct.
You know, so a lot of the film is based on true incidents, like Captain Kalia, for example, who was an Indian spy. His body was sent back to India, cut into pieces from across the border, and his parents said, "Fine, he's no more. At least now call him an Indian. Because the Indian government put their hands up and said he does not belong here."
Yeah.
So, you know, a lot of the stories are inspired from there, and I think Force 2 is very strongly inspired from there. So, let me put it this way: Force 2 is a very commercial Madras cafe.
Oh, okay. Right.
You know,
it has got the message for the government.
It's got a message for the government. It's got a message for the people, for the youth.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's a cool commercial action film.
I remember Force promotion, you came in and you lifted a bike, right? That
Yeah.
was for the Force. So are you doing, in the Force 2, the thread line is basically army and the agent, is that?
It's the police, because I'm ACP Yashvardhan, I'm a cop, and so it's got to do a lot with the cop. But a lot of people ask me, like you asked me, in Force 1 you lifted a bike, and what are you going to lift in Force 2? And I tell them I'm going to lift a car.
Sonakshi, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm going to lift a car, and I'm actually going to lift a car.
Really?
Yeah, because,
Oh my God.
and I'm telling you first. So it's meant to be, we wanted this to be a fun surprise thingy.
Okay.
But there's no surprise to it, you know. Force 2 is about the power I have.
Exactly.
Like a lot of people say, you know, John, you're the only true blue action hero that's left because the seniors have graduated.
Yeah.
And, you know, when you pack a punch, it really hurts.
Exactly.
It shows like it hurts. So we wanted to create that kind of a feeling even with Force. Force is about the body. Force is about the power. Force is about, you know, actually superhuman effort.
Yeah.
But Force is also, now we've graduated into making it sensible, smart, urban, today's film.
Right.
You know, so we've tried to add a lot of elements into Force 2 to make it special. Force is rated very highly on television. You know, it rates very highly because action films rate very high.
Yeah.
So Force 2 also has got its extra dose of action.
Yeah. Nice.
And we're
That
flying around the
works.
place,
Exactly.
and I think it'll work. And Force 2, actually, I mean, I had my blood, sweat, and energy gone into it. I had 3 knee surgeries.
Really?
And I'm going to be releasing videos. And I want to do this because I want to show, especially the youngsters who are watching this, that you know, action is not about kung fu or backflips. Action is about taking that leap from a building, knowing that, you know, you're going to crash if you have to, and
Sure.
at the same time not being stupid about it. But in one of those moments where I was 150 feet up, you know, and the cable had to be broken and I had to swing, I swung across, and I was well padded.
Okay.
But I smashed through the glass and I went through 2 doors, and I fell, and I got up and I said, listen, I'm fine. But there was something wrong with the knee. And then I realized that, my knee was injured. And the smartest thing I did was I told my line producer, I said, listen, they're going to cut my knee open, shoot it. So he actually shot the video
You become
of
a
my...
producer.
Yeah, being cut open. So I want to show this to my audience that,
this
you
is
know,
trouble.
you go through a lot, you know.
When you jump, see, I've not done that, okay, in my life. What is that hits you in your mind? It should be a good shot, it should be a good shot, I should be safe.
So earlier it used to be, you know, I used to be numb earlier, and the adrenaline used to be really high, and I used to be that time scared, like, you know, I'm going to jump off, and you know, what's going to happen if things go wrong. Now it has to be a good shot, man. It has to be a good shot. I don't care whether it's 150 feet, 300 feet. It has to be a damn good shot.
In this case, there was no retake because you are...
There was no retake.
this
So
is
what
just
you
one.
see in the film, there's a section where you see the bad guy running in a corridor, and you see me looking in front, and I need to follow him, and I have no corridors, but I have doors, so I'm running through doors. But that's what Force is about.
Exactly.
So I'm running through 10 doors, boom, 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 boom. And these are actual doors, and my adrenaline rush was so high that the director said, shall we shoot? And I said, there's going to be no retake because I'm going to slam these doors. And you'll see it in the shot. I again damaged my knee while slamming the last door, and I fell. And we'll show it to you in the making.
I'm thinking if you're a small kid, you will be so prankster, you can do all these things.
Yeah.
But when you're an adult and doing this, it takes a lot of courage.
It takes a lot of courage, and the healing time is a lot because I've broken every bone practically in the body. But again, like
It's
I
not
say,
206 at this point of time, total number of bones.
Yeah.
It's around 300?
it may be more, maybe 300. That's a perfect number. You're either a dancing hero or an action hero.
Correct.
You know, and I think action heroes last forever.
Exactly.
Stallone,
Yeah.
Bruce Willis,
Bruce Willis.
Jason Statham. Vin Diesel, The Rock, you know, these guys are there. You know, Rocky will always be there.
Exactly.
Terminator will always be there. Fast and the Furious will always be there.
Correct.
You know, like, boom.
And even if Fast and Furious 50 comes in, we all will go and watch.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely. And we need to show the world what Mallus can do, you know? Boom, boom, boom. You know? We need to kill
Hit the
it.
door and come in, yeah.
Yeah.
So, the kind of adrenaline you say, right? How do you get that energy during that shot?
Action is not about the body. I think action, the strength is here. This is the strength. You've got to be stronger, you've got to have the attitude here.
Right.
If you don't have the attitude of an action hero, but you can do 5 backflips and you can have the best body, you're not an action hero. Action hero is when the audience knows that this guy can save the world. He has the guts to do what it takes to save people. That's an action hero.
Action hero.
I'm a soft guy,
Right.
Rekha. I'm a very soft guy. And, you know, I think about my father right now, and he's sitting here behind me in the office, and I have tears in my eyes.
I just saw him, I was so excited to see him.
Yeah, because he's
So,
my hero.
You being soft, have you also been seeing when you have to do an action hero, you are jing bang, going, flying, hitting, killing. At the same time, you have to, the moment a woman comes near you, you have to romance it. Is that so, you know, is it induced in you? I mean, do you enjoy that?
Well, I'm a very physical person, so my idea of romance would never be giving a flower to a woman. So I don't understand that space. And I think today women like to be treated like men. And I think there's a strong sense of self.
Right.
You know, there was a time in a boardroom where, you know, a man would only look at a man and talk.
Yeah.
Today he has to look at a woman.
Exactly.
And I think that's the way you need to treat gender equality even in films.
Right.
And that's why I like the fact that I'm a part of Kerala, because it's a very matriarchal society.
Yes.
And women actually run the house. They
Call the
know.
shots.
They call the shots. And I think that's really blessed cool.
Yeah.
You know, so even in our films, like for example in Force 2, Sonakshi is not playing the heroine I romance because in the first part I lost my wife. I can't be romancing
exactly.
her. But she's playing someone who's tougher and stronger than me.
Yeah. Coming back to the 3 years I met you, after that you got married. So how has marriage changed? Priya has changed you in some way?
I think she's a very simple girl, and she's very. She's got a very strong sense of self. You know, she's not one of those who'll walk the red carpet or dress up. She wants to work. She wants to do her own work.
She's an investment banker, right?
Yeah, but she worked with Goldman Sachs, with
Okay.
the World Bank. She got a scholarship in London Business School, so her IQ is 160 plus. So she's prodigiously intelligent. So she does her own, she's setting up her own sort of business where she wants to do CSR activity, that's
nice.
corporate social responsibility. She's doing stuff. The point I'm trying to make is she doesn't want to tag along.
Correct.
She's a very nice, simple human being.
Right.
And be it whether she was my partner or not my partner, as an individual, she's a fantastic human being.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of respect I have for her, more than anything else, you know.
Yeah.
And people, obviously, she's a very shy person, doesn't come out in the media. So people don't know that side of
Exactly.
her. And I think people who know her have a lot of respect for her because they see that this is a woman of substance.
Yeah.
She's got a very strong sense of self.
Right.
And she's very clear that if she can't tolerate John Abraham, she can do without him. You know, and that's fantastic. And I think every woman watching this program should know that she's dependent only on herself, not on a man. You know,
Very true,
that's
yeah.
very, very important.
So tell me about this is maybe good for the youth of Kerala, because
Yeah.
after you guys and Surya and you has actually given a lot of Malayalis the six-pack mania, and of course the gym and the people getting into that health consciousness is completed. Don't look at me like that.
Health aside, I think that there cannot be anybody like Mammootty sir and Mohanlal sir.
Yeah.
I mean, health aside, they're legends and they're fantastic actors. So I always say, when it comes to the profession of acting, I'm a different human being.
Right.
My concentration is on the craft, not on the body.
Right.
But outside of that, to lead a decent lifestyle, I'd like to tell my viewers that it's 70% diet
Right.
and 30% is your sleep and your workout.
Tell me, when you get at 4:30, you said you train like a beast. What is the training regime?
It's a combination. So I use my body weight. And people, you know, unfortunately today there are a lot of shortcuts available. But people forget that John Abraham's been doing this for 23 years.
Oh my God.
You know, so I'm in constant shape all the time. I'm ready to roll all the time.
Right.
That's the way it should be. So I think I wake up in the morning, I work out, I have my meals, but it's all healthy.
Yeah.
You know,
So in 1.5 hours of workout, you have a mix of cardio, we have weights. So what,
TRX, functional, core, lifting my body weight, calisthenics. So it's a combination of
everything.
everything. I shock my body, and what I put my body through. There are times when. So I have a trainer, and he's like my friend today, and I pretty much do my workouts. And his name is Vinod Channa, a Telugu boy, and. I say, Vinod, because when you push legs, when you work out legs, I lift like 1,000 pounds on my legs. So I say, Vinod, I want to vomit. I want to throw up. And he says, okay, go throw up and come. So he doesn't feel sorry for me. I don't feel sorry for myself. If I have to throw up, I go throw up and I come.
Yeah.
I don't have to be like, oh, I'm not feeling too well today. Like yesterday, on the same knee that I had my surgery, I banged into one of my wardrobes and it cut and it was bleeding. But yesterday I had to do legs. So I went up to the gym and it was bleeding profusely. And I told Vinod, the leg's bleeding. And he said, yeah, it's going to bleed a lot more when we work out. So the question is not about, oh, today it's bleeding, so let's not work out today. No. The question is,
that's okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You just have to carry on.
Right. So how do you bear this pain? Don't you have the sense of pain? I'm feeling.
No, I like, the thing is, no one likes pain, but my pain bearing capacity is very high because I have a condition in my blood, which is strange as it may sound like I'm saying it here. Talk about superheroes. I have a condition in my blood where I don't react to local anesthesia.
Don't tell me.
So even in this operation that you see that happened during Force 2, I could feel my knee being cut open and there was 80 ml. 80 ml is around, for your viewers, it's 2 fistfuls of blood. So every day for 6 days, they were squeezing out from an 1.5 inch gap 80 ml of clotted blood. And you'll see it in the operation when you see it. You'll see clots of blood like this just falling down from my knee. Of course, I'm in deep pain.
Deep pain.
But...
so what anesthesia hits you? GA? General anesthesia?
Yeah, general. General puts me out and now doctors, my hematologist has advised me that, John, do action. But you've got another condition where you could die because of loss of blood. So carry blood bags when you do your action. And I'm like, but...
how do you carry...
where do I get blood bags from? And he says, no, keep it in your van in a freezer.
What is your blood group?
I'm O positive.
So you are a universal donor.
I'm a universal donor, but not a universal acceptor.
Accepted, correct.
So I've learned a lot about all that. But again, this is not some sympathy thing here.
Exactly, but this is a strange thing. I've never thought about this.
Yeah, and that also, especially when you're an action guy. You're an action guy. Because I know tomorrow I may have to run through a glass or I may have to, it's going to hurt.
Sometimes do you think, okay, fine, enough of running to the glass, let me just do a very simple small film like a piku.
I want to do,
right?
So that's what I tell people. So I'm so happy you brought this up because when they see John Abraham, they expect action, But I want to do a beautiful, simple, soulful film.
That's Malayalam for you.
That's Malayalam for me.
Because here people will always see you have to hit somebody.
Yeah.
Like when you see Mohanlal in Drishyam, every time I think Mohanlal will right now hit back to that cop, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So that kind of a simplicity and acceptance from the audience will come in Malayalam.
That's what, and I'd really like to do that. Even in Hindi cinema, I'd like to do that.
Right.
So I don't want to be stereotyped. I'm very clear. I love comedy. And I must tell you, I'm a big fan of Priyansa. I love Priyadarshan and I'd love to work with him again. He taught me a lot of comic timing.
Yeah.
So I owe a lot to him.
I remember Mukesh telling me that when I'm with Mohanlal, Mohanlal will tell, okay, fine, I will give you space, and he gives that thread of time for him to perform. That's brilliant. That way, sometimes some scenes, Mukesh just comes out much better than the other co-stars.
But that's the beauty, you have to be secure, and Mohanlal sir is secure.
Yeah, exactly.
And I think there is only one common thread that holds most actors here together, and that's insecurity. So I think we need to go past that.
Yeah.
If I can launch Ayushman, if I can, give a platform to Tahir now, if I can launch newcomers, then I think it shows where I come from.
Right, exactly.
If I can protect Varun before an action sequence in Dishu and say, listen,
Yeah.
you do the stuff, I'll stand back.
What is one quality that you have carried all along through your childhood? Maybe from the Bombay Scottish School too.
I think honesty, that comes from my father.
Yeah.
I think I can very proudly say that today. We don't cheat people, we don't bribe people, we don't take cuts, we're not unethical. And my mother as well, but I think my father is the true flag bearer of everything that stands for integrity.
Amma still calls you and asks you, like, have you eaten? Couple of times?
Non-stop.
Non-stop.
And I tell her, Mom, I'm in the shot. She's saying, no, but you have to eat. I said, no, you don't tell me what I have to do. She's saying, but I've been telling you since you've been growing up.
Exactly.
Yeah, so...
Coming to your next passion is basically your fitness we spoke about, films we spoke about. Next is your food habits. You told me that time you can even at least eat 35 appams at a day.
I was having that during Madras Cafe,
Yeah.
and that was my only break I had because I had a very intense film before that. So when I went for Madras Cafe, I had a 1 month break where I could eat what I wanted to.
Yeah.
And for me, my favorite food in the world is putta. It's appam. And
So who does make it for you in Bombay?
in Bombay, my cook, can you believe he's a Bihari cook?
Really?
And mom has taught him how to make. My mom makes the best avial that I know.
You told me that, huh?
And she's taught him how to make putta. He makes appams.
Appam.
He makes avial.
Okay.
And in that time, the way I eat, it's incredible.
incredible.
Yeah. I love.
Talking about Onam, how does your Onam memories come back to Kerala?
So in one of the Onams, my entire family met down south
Okay.
in Kochi.
Last time?
No, 3 years ago,
3
2 years.
ago, okay.
I don't remember exactly when, but all of them. My favorite auntie, my dad's oldest sister, Leela Kocham, she came down.
Leela
and-
Kochamma.
Leela Kochama, yeah. And then Molly Kochama, she came down. And so my entire family was there, and it was really nice to see all of them, my cousin sisters, everyone. So it was a very special day for me.
So when you go into that Kudumba Yoga, which we call it as a family get-togethers, do they treat you like the Bollywood star
No,
coming
no.
in? Is also Abraham's son coming in?
Leela Kochama just says, John, come and sit here. And I sit there. I just listen to her. That is it. So I'm never treated, from my mother's side or my father's side,
Yeah.
I am not treated like, it's only when people start coming to me, they realize that, maybe I have gone through that much
Right.
of time and
Yeah.
people know me.
Yeah.
But they treat me very normally.
And you're also into these NGOs at this point of time. A lot of support you have done. I've seen that philanthropy versus for activities. When did that start off?
That I think is, like again I say, my mother and father have been into a lot of philanthropy. I as an actor never really screamed from the rooftops about it. But yeah, we've been doing it for 30, 35 years now.
The blood donation for in the
Everything.
hospital. Yeah, I saw that.
Everything.
Leela-
From
Leela.
chemotherapy for kids who cannot afford the cancer treatment, to
Right.
the home for the aged and taking care of old people,
Fine.
to feeding 300 stray dogs a day, to it's been happening for forever. So a large part of my income, and I'd like for all the viewers also to open their hearts and donate to a cause that they want to donate
Right.
to.
So you're a complete man, I should say now.
I wish I was. Trust me. I mean, with everything, you really don't feel.
Yeah.
Um,
In Kerala, celebrations means family get-togethers and movie releases, the new movie releases. For you, what a celebration means?
Celebration means getting together with your family,
Yeah.
and getting together with your near and dear ones, and having a good meal and chatting with them about life, because it's all about connection.
Okay. And I know you talked about the Onam thing. So any time of the year that's special to your heart, which is Christmas time or New Year, or what is that you look forward to for all these get-togethers?
So I don't. It's strange, I don't celebrate anything. But like my father says, just do good, and that's celebration in itself. So I'm not trying to get too philosophical about life, but I don't celebrate my birthday also, because
December 17th, right?
December 17th. Yeah, I don't really. So I'm one of those
Yeah.
very chilled out.
My God. So you are, people just look at you and you so much of fans for you around. How do you connect with them?
First of all, I'm very grateful that I have people
of
who
fans.
appreciate me. And I really want to thank each one of them for having at least supported me till here. And I hope they support me in the future. And I'd like to reach out. I'm a very accessible person.
Yeah,
So,
I know that.
I'd love to reach out to each one of them. If I could hold them, I'll hold them. But I just want to show my appreciation. And
Right.
there's no other way to show it than to tell them,
Right.
thank you so much for being there for me.
Okay. So Onam, I need to tell you in Malayalam. You have to tell, because it's my one activity every interview is I have to teach the non-Malayali or non-Malayalam speaking actor
yeah.
ko Malayalam mein Onam which is
Onam.
boleka. Yeah. So are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Last time you done it, it's easy for you. എല്ലാവർക്കും
എല്ലാവർക്കും
എൻ്റെ
എൻ്റെ
ഹൃദയം
ഹൃദയം
നിറഞ്ഞ
നിറഞ്ഞ
ഓണാശംസകൾ.
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 Correct.
Okay.
If you're a Malayalam producer, you have to speak good Malayalam, okay? Otherwise,
I have to learn.
unit won't
Malayalam's the toughest language.
unit won't understand. You have to
Yeah.
call Cheta, Onam pani chiyu Cheta, pani
Yeah,
pirarai Cheta, dikku po. So we can just say wish everybody, just an Onam wish in English.
Okay, so I wish everyone a very happy Onam, and I wish to celebrate this festival with all of you, especially my family and my friends in Kerala. I don't understand when I ask a guy, do you have a motorcycle? And he says, my mom doesn't allow me to have one. And I'm like, no, I didn't hear that. No, that's the problem. This is that iPad generation.
Yes.
Where everybody's on an iPad. So instead of being like this, they're like this. Everything's like this.
That's a good one.
So what's happening is men are not men anymore.
John means bike, okay? If I don't ask any questions on bike, Malayali audience will hit me.
Okay.
But then, I'm nowhere attached to a bike or something like that. I only sat in the bike as a pillion rider. So
Okay.
I know so many questions people want to know. But what we have done is, we have selected some riders to come and meet with the bikers in Mumbai. Come and meet you for asking particular questions on bike.
Oh, of course, yeah.
Yeah?
Sure,
Okay,
yeah.
so I'm just gonna connect, and they're super thrilled to meet their
Yeah,
superhero
yeah.
with a bike. And
Please.
let me tell you, for a passion, when did this biking, the passion start in you?
When I was 8 years old,
What is your first bike?
was an RD350, Yamaha RD350.
You're still the brand ambassador for Yamaha,
Yamaha,
right?
yeah.
So, bike means macho men. Is that the way you started looking at it, or macho men needs a bike?
No, I just think I've never seen anything that could be so beautiful outside of a woman than a motorcycle.
Okay, nice.
So I love motorcycles, and I just think for me it's a matter of beauty and connection.
Hold. I have to bring the boys in.
Okay.
This is Rahul Nair for you.
Hi Rahul, how you
Hi,
doing?
I'm fine.
So, somebody who's watching this frame will think, what is Rekha doing here between two bikers? Okay. So, Rahul, I will just be a silent participant here. This is John Abraham for you. This is your time for ask anything about biking.
Today is a lucky day. We've always been reading about you and your biking
Yeah.
through the blogs, and especially how you find time to bike even in your busy schedule. This is a
Yeah.
big thing which many riders would want to know, because most
Yeah.
of the riders in our group, they give an excuse, oh, this work, oh, it's
Yeah.
raining. What is your...
So I came, Rahul, luckily, fortunately for me, I have a closed garage. And I came there last night. So my VMAX, Yamaha VMAX is coming in. I've got a Diavel.
Okay.
The Diavel is 1200.
Yes.
I've got a ZZR 1400.
Absolutely.
And which other bike have I got? I've got a Mojo.
Okay,
and,
the Mahindra.
Yeah, I love
Wow.
the bike. And then I've also got a FZ160, which is my daily commuter bike, which I
Okay.
go up and down on. But what I've done is it's my only therapy is when I clean the bikes and I polish them and I shampoo the tires.
It's like a
and
babies, no?
They're like my babies. So what I do is I come in when I want to switch off. I put the AC on. I've installed the AC in the garage and I've got 2 dehumidifiers.
Okay.
And I put the bikes on race stands because you need to keep them moving.
Okay.
And then I just spend some time with the motorcycles and I feel so happy just looking at them. I start them, then I take each baby for a small spin.
Any
And
names for the bikes you have?
No, I
No.
don't.
It's all babies.
Yeah, I don't have
Common name, baby.
Coconut baby, yeah.
Yeah, but I just take them around and I just need to hear them, because Rahul's a motorcyclist and he'll understand that, bikers speak a very different language.
What is it?
We know our friends through the sound of the exhaust
Absolutely.
and the engine. We can do that.
Absolutely, and it's a biker leads life very differently. His connect is his happiness is riding, his sadness is riding. He expresses all his emotions on that motorcycle.
Okay.
Which I think I think we're very lucky actually, Rahul, to have this, to be blessed with this, to be blessed with this liking for motorcycles and this love for motorcycles, because people who don't have it, I feel sorry in a strange way. I feel sorry, not in a bad way, but I also feel that I don't understand when I ask a guy, do you have a motorcycle? And he says, my mom doesn't allow me to have one. And I'm like, No, I didn't hear that. No, that's the problem. This is that iPad generation.
Yes.
Where everybody's on an iPad. So instead of being like this, they're like this. You know? Everything's like this.
That's a good one.
You know? So what's happening is men are not men anymore.
Exactly.
Very few men. And fortunately, some of them that you can identify are those motorcyclists. They're the guys who actually go out there. Like, you know what I appreciate about him? He's come here. He's sweating it out. And he doesn't care. This is his world. This is his system. He loves and he's dressed so smartly. He's come in. And he's a biker. So that's his language. That's his world.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. But it's a fact, right, Rahul?
Yes, sir. We are always dressed and prepared for the fall. We never know. So
That is what the endurance. How do you feel on a road? You know, I mean, there is so much of risk you have to take anytime. But when you are on your own, what is that you take your decision to go on in a built for no road? There is no roads. Maybe there.
No, I think we're all well equipped in our heads. We're very well equipped. I think the basic tenets that even Rahul needs to know, and I'm sure he does, and we all need to know, is if your bike fails, what do you do? Right. I think these are important things, like a tire puncture, or your bike fails, or your chain and sprocket, or what is a chassis? How do you strip your bike? How do you put it together? What are the important components in your motorcycle? Where will you get your after sales from? Those are basic logistical things. Outside of that, you just have to have a great riding position and you have to be comfortable with your ride.
Right.
And that's most important. And I'm telling you, there's nothing that can stand by you. No one in the world can stand by you like a motorcycle.
Is that passion? See, then again, I was interviewing him. This passion I didn't see with him.
No, of course it's not. Once, one pretty girl, really sweet looking girl came to me and she said, hey, I'd like to click. And I said, sure. She, without my permission, she put her leg on my motorcycle. And while she did that, her heel scratched my bike. You see that?
Yeah.
And that was it. I said, just get off. I said, I'm so sorry, just get off because I can't do this. Because my mind was not, I wasn't rude to her, but my mind was like, how could you do this to my baby? It is not possible. And I was so stressed because it's a scratch.
What were you born, John? I have two Malayali riders. That too from your city, Mumbai. That too from your state, Kerala.
Yeah.
So, Rahul, you already spoke to. This is Anil Lale. And the stage is all yours, boys. I'm just keeping it backstage.
No, he's, I mean, they both come on fantastic motorcycles and they're true blue riders. And of course, they've just met for the first time, but they know each other because they belong to the same group. Yeah.
So
But
what kind of bike you,
what group is this? You want to tell the audience what group?
Basically, we are called the Hogs or the Harley Owners Group. The Harley Owners Group have different chapters. We belong to the Seven Islands chapter of Bombay or the Maharashtra or the west of India. And we have, within that, we have separate groups. We have a small group of around 200 people.
Small group of 200?
Yeah, 200. I mean, within Seven Islands is a much larger group.
So how many totally would there be?
I think more than 700 would be there if you log on to our Facebook page.
Right.
Would be more than 700. Within our WhatsApp group, who we connect for rides, it's around 200.
You have a WhatsApp group?
Yeah, we have a WhatsApp group called the Riding Hogs. Events that are posted for every Sunday morning. We have events posted for short-term rides, and then we have long-term rides also. That would be like overnight rides and all those stuff.
From where to where, like for example?
It can be as short as Lonavala for a breakfast, or Igatpuri for a breakfast, or you can go to Goa. There is a Bhutan ride which was posted last month. We didn't go for that. I didn't go for that, but there were guys from Seven Islands who had gone for the Bhutan ride as well.
Wow.
Yeah, so
have
that
you
must
been
be
such a long
something.
ride?
So I've ridden all over. I've ridden from Bhopal to Indore, from Bombay to Bhopal. I've ridden from Kulu Manali all the way to the Rohtang Pass, Lahore Spiti Valley, all the way up 4 times. I've ridden Bombay Goa about 8 times. I've done the PCH. I've done 3,000 miles in Europe. I've ridden I've done the works. But like why I say this is because it gives them it's like your life is only your X and Y axis. This is the Z axis. It gives you a 3-dimensional approach to life, and they have a meaning to life now.
Right.
There's so much more that life has to offer you when you do these rides, and because just coming to work, going back, shooting for a film, or going to work that's not life. Life is about sitting on your baby and just going out there.
And how do you get attracted to a bike? Okay, fine. When you see a bike, okay, fine. This is it. I need to buy that.
But they're so beautiful.
That's the problem. You just can't stick to one girl here.
Yeah.
You're bound to cheat here.
You're bound to cheat.
So how do you decide to give away a bike if you're close to your heart?
So that, my heart, it tore my heart. I mean, I died because I had an Aprilia RSV4 and I had a VMAX and I had a R1 and and a GSX 1000 RR. So I have street bikes and I also have super sport bikes, and I gave them off to my director and to a co-actor and IN 883. And then when I give it, I have tears in my eyes because I want it back. But they don't give it back then. My first bike, pardon me?
Do they use it?
No, most of them don't
Like
use it.
heart bleeds, you can take it back anytime.
No, you know what happens is, it's once someone else sits on,
So, you shoot that?
it kills you, because they've abused it. And you don't know how I don't know. I'm probably, are you like that? Because I just,
Everyone is like that. You're very positive about your bike.
yeah, I can't, like I still remember, Rekha, I never say no to anyone for a photograph.
Okay.
Once one pretty girl, really sweet looking girl came to me and she said, hey, I'd like to click. And I said, sure. She, without my permission, she put her leg on my motorcycle. And while she did that, her heel scratched my bike. You see that?
Yeah.
And that was it. I said, just get off. I said, I'm so sorry, just get off because I can't do this. Because my mind was not, I wasn't rude to her, but my mind was like, how could you do this to my baby? This is not possible. And I was so stressed because it's a scratch.
I know.
And
I can understand.
how do people, you can't tolerate that.
Is that the speed that you help, or it is
No, it's not about, it's not about, one thing that we can all say on record, it's never about the speed.
Never about the speed.
It's never about, because it's very easy to go fast.
Yeah.
A good biker is a biker who learns to negotiate, not just to go fast.
Right.
And that people don't understand. You ask all these guys you see riding, these idiots, they ride fast in a straight line.
Yeah.
You ask them to turn, they'll fly off. They have no sense of control. So the idea is ride responsibly. And if you see Rahul and Anil, both of them are so responsibly dressed. They're dressed to protect themselves. They wear helmets. They even wear gloves. And people wonder, why do you wear so much in the heat? And the point is, you've got one life, you've got two limbs, you've got two hands, two legs. You can't hurt yourself. And the most precious thing is your head.
Right.
So, and I tell this to people, guys, I wear chappals or normally, but when I go out to ride, I actually have helmets. It's like dressing for a party.
Right.
I wear my helmets for occasion. I dress for a ride.
Right.
And people don't understand that. They're like, how do you dress for a ride? I say, no, boss, that's the beauty. That's the charm.
Right.
People don't understand that.
Absolutely.
For me, from the film industry, I always feel bad that a woman is dancing around a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And that kills me.
Yeah, man.
For me personally,
Why?
I die. Because I can't tolerate
Eye
that.
candy is right there.
Eye candy is right there. Why do you need a woman? No disrespect meant to women, but a lot of respect to motorcycles.
Exactly. Such a great passion for a bike and everything. When you see an ad, why always there should be a woman at the back of the, or somebody has to
That
be
I don't understand.
I always
That-
think it's a
I can tell you why. Because the viewers has to be attracted to, if not attracted to the bike, attracted to the woman. I think.
No, I'll tell you, for me, from the film industry, I always feel bad that a woman is dancing around a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And that kills me.
Yeah, man.
For me personally,
Seriously, why?
I die. Because I can't tolerate
Eye
that.
candy is right there.
Eye candy is right there. Why do you need a woman? No disrespect meant to women, but a lot of respect to motorcycles.
Exactly.
You have to respect
that's
them.
What I'm saying. 4 or 5 tips if you have to give it to a rider who's seeing this program in Kerala.
I think, I'm sure Anil and Rahul are also very well equipped to give tips, but like I was just saying before Anil came in, I said you have to understand the basic things of how to maintain a motorcycle. I think motorcycle maintenance it's a handbook. If you don't know how to maintain your motorcycle, you have no right to be sitting on it. Number one, if you don't know how to kind of replace your wheel or your tire or do something with your chain and sprocket or strip your bike and get it back together. And I understand these bikes are very high value machines and sometimes you need a service personnel, but it's important that you know what's going on the motorcycle.
Right.
So I think that's one tip. The other tip I'd like to give, and these are basic tips for riders, wear a helmet. For heaven's sake, wear a helmet. Just wear a helmet because it's the most important thing in the world. And wear protective gear. If you see how they've got knee pads, they've got their gloves, they've got their back braces, they've got everything, and it's fantastic and so heartening to see a biker like how he should dress. The third tip I'd give is that please don't throw your helmet around, because the helmet is like a child, you know, and if it hits somewhere, it develops a fracture on the inside. So when you wear it after that and you're riding and you say you have a fall, God forbid, that helmet can't protect you. So you have to protect the helmet like you protect your child. It's that important in your life. You know, so I don't understand people who strap their helmets to the back of the motorcycle. That's very dangerous. You don't do that.
To see a cop and then to wear it.
Yeah, I really don't understand that.
I've seen that in Kerala.
Yeah, but that's here. That's a India phenomenon. So I think these three are very important. The fourth is just don't go fast, because it's not cool to go fast. And for most of you, especially the young boys who want to impress the girls, if you're going so fast, they can't see you. You know. So go slow, wear a helmet, and take off your helmet in style when you park the bike. You know, am I right or wrong? You know, so there's no point going fast. I think in today's date and age, especially women, think guys who go fast are really stupid because they see the traffic conditions. Think, why is he going fast? Doesn't make sense. You know?
What is your next wish list of a baby coming home?
So, as in the VMAX.
Yeah, okay.
The VMAX is, the Yamaha VMAX is going to come, and it's the 017, and it's fantastic, and I'm just looking forward to her coming into the stable, and then I'll start all my babies together.
Yay!
I just love it.
And see the vision around it.
Yeah.
I know you have a lot of things people are waiting for you. Thank you so much, Rahul and Anil, for the
Thank you, Rahul and Anil.
Thank you, brother.
You saw how it changed, how happy I got.
You still see me as a yeah, okay, fine, I'll do
No,
this,
no,
I'll do
no,
this
no,
philosophy.
no.
The moment you saw the bikers, oh my god, another John came out of it.
No.
That's a brotherhood.
Yeah, that's another.
Exactly.
I said bikers will only, only a biker will understand a biker.
Yeah. I can understand.
It's a different world.
Yes, I'll make my son ride a bike soon.
May the tribe grow. Yeah.
Very much.
Thank you so much,
Thank
John.
you.
It's a pleasure meeting you. Have
Thank
a
you.
great force too. And
Thank you,
I'm
thank
going
you.
to make a lot of money for you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.